What's up guys, this is Shannon and today we are in Opus, Kuala Lumpur. That one. That one. Hey guys, so we are now walking behind at the back alley of the building and you can see that all these very old shop offices, they call it shop house last time. Really, they all actually stay on top one, and you can see that the surrounding is actually in contrast, which the front is very advanced, very connected, very meriah, but the back, right, suddenly looks very different, where you have old buildings, empty lands, old shop offices. On the opposite side, you have Jalan Maharaja Lela. This is one of the main roads from Cheraska, from Kajang in order to get into the city center. That's because you see the weekend of the Chinese New Year, right? Like you can see the cars is still very smooth, but on normal days, it's definitely not like that. Anyway, so this is Opus, and that's the monorail station. So that is what you see, Jalan Maharaja Lela, which is extremely easy in the daytime, and you can hear the noise, right? The sheer traffic noise is really insane. But now we are at the monorail station called the Maharaja Lela. The Maharaja Lela monorail station. Okay, finally got it. Okay, so that is also Chinatown already, which is Petaling Street for Malaysians. That's where you get all the cultural things, the food, and the discounted items, and the fake brands and things like that. So that is where all the action is. That's why you can see that there's a lot of hotels here, because you can see the Hilton is just right there. It means that there's a lot of demand for short-term staying here. So most probably this is going to be an Airbnb unit. Just to show you also, that's Opus. We are in the monorail station, that close. And if you really need to have the connection to the MRT station, there's one in Petaling Street itself. There's a MRT and an LRT. So up to you which one you want, but that one need to walk a little bit, but in a hot day like this, right? Yeah. So the monorail stations, right, is actually this line that's connecting to all the main towns, and if you need to really interchange between transits, right, it's very easy. So from the monorail station, right, I'm actually walking behind the shop lots. So there's this very small road in between Opus building and the old shop lots. Might get kind of eerie. So this is the main access. Just that there's no boom gate at all, so it's a movement kind of concept. That's new. Coming out from the lift lobby, it's amazing. It's bright because of these windows right at the side, and we'll talk about the views later. So we are here, there will be 4 lifts serving 8 units, and all the finishes is amazing though. Ooh. Then you look at the corridor, right, it's very wide. I think it's easily 2.25 meters. This side is quite bright, where you have the voids to the open area, right, but without voids also you can look at the feature. It's so cool. You look at the lights, you look at how they are actually lit up. Very nice. First of all, there's a foyer, which I always like, and let's go. Okay, coming into the unit, you have a very nice half shelf for you to put your shoes. In one glance, you are actually welcomed by this very wide frontage window already. You can look at this. Wow! There you can see the living room, you can see the dining room, and those are the bedrooms really. And this will be your pantry. Yep, so before that, let's get into specs. So this is a 950 freehold unit, right, with 3 bedrooms. They call it 2+1 bedroom and 2 bathrooms, and I will show you the +1 first. But before that, this is a hot spot for tourism and the rates that are going on in the market right now for this 950 unit, right, is 1.4 to 1.5, right, based on partly furnished. I think most of the units that comes with this, right, is actually partly furnished, because part of their selling point is this Calvin Klein furniture. I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, the monthly rate is going for 4,000 to 5,000 based on your furnishing levels and things like that. But most probably these are going to be used for Airbnb purposes. So you can check now, there's no lights on. And we're going to do this episode differently, not like this because I cannot switch on the electricity. So this is the difference between like open units and enclosed units. The previous episodes where we talked about a lot about very dark units because it's like an office commercial building, right? But this one you can see the windows at the side that allows all the, and this is with sheer curtain. Imagine there's no sheer curtain, right? And this is the plus one. Next to your living room, you have this plus one. Right, space that can be anything you want. So you can either be a workspace, you can either be another extra room, whatever you want. And it's amazing. This size, right? Wait. Right, this size I think is amazing. You can see, wow. And the height. I'm loving the height. I think it's at least 11 feet, 3.3 meters, which is amazing. Then the developer actually provides very nice switches. Very nice. And next to the dining will be your kitchen or pantry lah. So that's your hood and hob. So this comes with the developer's unit. Electrolux, there's no hob lah. Okay. So the cabinet as well, I think it's all from the developer because it's a little bit more designed. Very nice. You look at the solid surface. So cool. So all this cabinet space for storage. But if it's a short-term stay, I don't think you need that much. It's very bright. It's very spacious. Let's go check out the bedroom. Along the corridor, you have a bedroom this side, where you have this amazing view. I think this view, right, worth all the money really. You can see, take a look at some old heritage buildings, look at the skyscapes of all the buildings in the distance, right. Besides getting distracted by the view, you can look at the unit. So this is the queen size bed, just nice, the width, right, but the length, unfortunately, you cannot even squeeze in a wardrobe or a working table, right, because it's rather short. So it's a bit small, but what I like is the whole window, right, is actually the facade. Nice. But this also has a problem, like you have all this like, wow, very nice, very nice. Then the only openable one is actually this small casement, which is like that only. You can only open like that. That's about it. Next to the bedroom, you have this common bathroom shared by everyone, right? And solid surface, I like. Full-size mirror, it's just amazing and it immediately makes the whole toilet look so amazing. And due to space constraint, washer dryer here right next to your shower area. Full tiles out and they compartmentalize your shower area nicely. That's the WC. Okay. So a key observation will be the door size and height, because normal doors are 7 feet, so this is like 8 feet kind of door. And with all the switches, that is very nicely done. And the door handle as well. Not only that, the door stopper, right, it's very solid. And most of the time, doors are not really emphasized in developments because door then door lah. A lot of people just like, oh, timber door, flush door, cincai lah. But this one, and we are now in the master bedroom. So after putting in the queen size bed, you still have a lot of space for circulation, right? And the flooring is actually very well done, like timber finish. But then this is not timber lah. I don't think so it's timber. Most likely it's like laminated timber, engineered timber strips and things like that. Just that one thing to point out. Yeah. Weird kinks like this from the not so efficient design. Wasted. If not, it will be a very nice bedroom already. Next to the bed, you will have this wardrobe, and this is like easily a 10 feet wardrobe size, a 6-panel wardrobe. Apparently that's how people actually measure cabinets lah. So you have all your wardrobe set for your wife, and this is the master bathroom. Let's check out the specs first. Pramtex. This one. Itu Pramtex. Can you hear it? Can you hear the ambulance sound? So like it's after enclosed everything, right? And the road is actually on the other side. You can still hear a lot of traffic noise lah. But just that because now it's absolute silence. But maybe if you have your TV on, your aircon on, your water filter on, everything else, then the sound won't be that bad. Okay, that's all for the unit. Let's go and find the refuse chamber first. Okay, so it's hidden in this very dark side of the unit and cannot see anything there. Okay, let me turn on my flash. Yep, so it's like that. Like that. Nothing much lah. But why so dark like? Okay guys, we are now at the rooftop and you can't believe the view. I think the most signature one would be this KL 118, which is going to be the next highest building in Malaysia. And the one located right next to the Stadium Merdeka. Walao, Stadium Merdeka here. You have some mosque there. Amazing, amazing. Then you have KLCC view as well. And all the signature buildings lah. You mentioned just now, this is the Monorail Station, right? If you walk a little bit further, take a left, so that's the MRT station. That's the LRT station, so it's all pretty close by, which is very convenient if you're actually staying here and you need to get to the town. Okay? But one thing though, although the view is amazing and nice and all, right, it's so empty. Like, so big, you know, you see the area is so wide. But then like, people what are going to do here? Like, just sit down and chill, really, literally. But it's inevitable that the view is very breathtaking. But I just wish that it can be a bar or it can be a communal dining. That would be great. So it's pretty amazing what they do with all the gym equipment here, right? The way they ask you to work out now is very different. All outdoor, all connected via to the openings outside. Getting tired.
Why do I keep feeling this pain? It's like I'm going for insane. It's nothing left to say.
With the amazing swimming pool already, with the outdoor gym already, with the indoor gym already, with the child's play already, with the hammock already, you still have putting green. Not only that, if you want to drive as well, you can just practice your driving on this range, whacking to Stadium Merdeka side. As if that's not enough, you still have wall climbing facilities right next to this. Again, another swimming pool. One swimming pool, macam not enough for them. You need another swimming pool. So a stroll next to this pool, right? Because with all this membrane, right, actually shields the daylight, so you can actually still swim when it's still afternoon like now. Then strategically they plant all these plants, right? So if you're in a swimming pool, you can't really notice this building here lah. So I think the only setback to this is all these old buildings around, and those landed, check out all those old school landed houses from those days. I guess how much they are though. So I think that's all for this round. It's now time for Sean take 3 on 3. 3 things I like. Number 1 definitely will be this series of facility decks. Not only 1, not only 2, but 3. And you look into the components of the facility stacks, you got the putting green. Not only that, you got the driving range. Not range, but you can actually just back to the net lah. I don't know whether you will lantern back or not. Anyway, you have the boulders where you can actually do your wall climbing. Not 1 but 2 pools. 1 infinity pool for those who just want to do it for the gram. The other one is actually for laps and for you to actually swim around during even noon, right? They are so considerate to even put in the membrane, the Teflon membrane, to actually provide shades. That's amazing. Then you have the outdoor workout space, then you have the indoor workout space, then you've got the hangout space, and a lot of spaces that is really Instagram worthy. The second thing that I don't think I will say this a lot will be the little things like the door hinge. Right, the hinge feels very solid, and you look into the keys, right, this one is very different. Even the switches that they provide is amazing, and it's actually thought through like matte black. Not many developers actually provide matte black, because if your unit is actually empty, right, matte black kind of looks not so pleasant. It only works if your unit is very pleasant looking, and that is with the confidence of them providing the furnishing as well. So they say it's Calvin Klein one, but I don't know. But that translates into the wardrobe as well, kitchen cabinets, and the toilets, the mirror, the full-fledged mirror. So all these accessories, right, although you don't really notice because a lot of people just look at specs, man. Last but not least, definitely the location. I think this location, right, is at the fringe, right at the fringe, but that gives you a breather away from KLCC Centre already. To drive, right, you can actually reach Jalan Maharaja, all the Times Square and all the KLCC, Pudu area already. And if you don't want all those, right, you can actually just take the monorail, the MRT and the LRT. This building is actually splitting the greeneries and the city centre. So you have all the greens on this side, the park, open area. Then this side you have the cityscape, the skyscrapers. So if you're an architecture or city enthusiast like me, right, this is a very ideal spot. And the designer of the building actually know that. So meaning on the rooftop, right, they give everybody the equal opportunity to actually enjoy the view. So 3 bad things. Number 1 will actually be the traffic, as we mentioned just now. Now it's still the holiday season, and that's why it's still very quiet. So number 2 will actually be the sound and noise that actually comes with it. Like ambulance pass by, you can hear even on a higher floor. You the train pass by, you can hear. And that kind of also ruins the mood for all the facilities here, because the dust, the noise, you can see on the swimming pool there's a layer of dust one actually. So I think that's one side where you can't really see until you come to the side and feel it. Sayang lah. And the last thing will be the surrounding, the immediate surrounding of this location. You have the very spooky back alley that you need to walk through every time you come out from the monorail, right? So you are actually sandwiched between these 2 buildings, which is the Mandarin Court, and there's one at the back. So those are way too close. You are only 6 meters away from the next building. So I think that's an invade of privacy. In conclusion, do I like this project? I love it lah. So this reminds me of the Face Platinum Suites in KL, where it's number 1 hottest Airbnb locations lah. So I think this will be potentially one of them as well, due to all the proximity and connectivity and everything a tourist need to experience Kuala Lumpur city centre. So before I end this episode, shout out to Cozy Home for allowing me to check out this amazing property again. And if you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.